Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.
We have to talk about Baker Mayfield because they're playing the Browns. Because people were coming at me hot the other day on Twitter for what I posted. Baker Mayfield obviously went off about Hugh Jackson after the game against the Bengals last week. I didn't really care. Like, we discussed it. Like, I was like, okay, I think he can get petty. But then he commented on ESPN's First Take on Monday.
On Instagram.
Underneath one of their videos. He responded to the video, and
Doesn't matter what he responded, but you can read it.
I want to read the tweet that I wrote. I wrote, Baker Mayfield is the most insecure dude. He's leaving Instagram comments because of things they said about him on ESPN's First Take. Him and Kevin Durant should start an insecure athlete support group.
Yeah. Well, first of all, you mentioned the most insecure in that.
Sure.
Which is Kevin Durant. So don't go jumping the goat.
Well, I was doing that to prove a point.
Right.
I was exaggerating. That's what we do in comedy. You do it to prove a point. It's so fucking petty.
We do in comedy?
Isn't that what we do?
I don't know.
That's what I do. That's what Andy Ruther does.
Okay.
People are coming to me on Twitter, on Facebook. We're about to listen to a call. Everyone's all heated at me. And I'll say what I said. Or let's play the call first.
Well, okay, we can play the call.
Let's play the call. We'll let the dirtballs speak their mind first, and then we can share our opinion on this.
Hey, guys, this is Jake from Utah, just calling about the tweet about Baker Mayfield being KD light. I think you're just wrong. I think you're just trying to sort of make a story about the Browns fucking up and clinging to that, like, initial comparison to Manziel. Like, the argument that he's not focusing on football, I think that's just wrong because the guy threw 4 touchdowns last week and he's playing better than half the QBs in the league.
That's not true.
He's obviously focusing on football. I mean, I don't know if you guys follow Brian Baldinger, but he does those Baldy breakdowns, and he does those with Manziel like every week, and he just shows that he's making throws that a lot of people aren't making.
You just called him
especially
Manziel,
rookies. Bro. He's just a millennial. I don't know. The guy talked the most shit in the draft process, and he's backing up all of it. I mean, there's some Hugh Jackson fuck-ups and a couple Tyrod Taylor starts away from being 7-4 and locked into that wild card spot. And I know this is like super douchey, but I mean, he's the ultimate competitor and the worst professional sports coach. I don't think he should start. And he's getting compared to the guy because he called him on his shit. I mean, he just defended himself when compared to a laughingstock. He wouldn't have went to a division rival or whatever the fuck if he actually had a scholarship at the other school. I think he's the opposite of insecure. He went into Cowherd's show and wrecked him too. I think there's a major difference between defending yourself and being insecure. But anyways, that's my take. Side note, I don't know, Praino, if you're still doing this, but me and my girlfriend are going to come to LA at the end of March. And if you're still doing that, like if you're still wanting to rent out or Airbnb your apartment, that would be cool. I don't know. Let me know. Stay dirty, boys.
The Praino Airbnb, is it open?
Dirtball Airbnb, yeah. Hit me up. Availability is limited, but if the dates line up, we'll make it work.
Well, here's the deal. Can I say my thing first?
Sure. I think before you say your thing, I think his call is a little disjointed, and I'll say that. But go ahead, take your swipes, and then I'll give my thoughts.
Baker is having a good year for a rookie. He is playing better than half the league.
I don't know.
I mean, I'd have to really sit down.
That's just not true.
Break down game film here in the Smut studio. But anyway, look, dude, here's why I'm saying he's insecure. This whole argument of, and everyone's using this, oh, he's a millennial. Well, then all you millennials are fucking insecure little bitches. Tell me one quarterback. I'll just put this out there. And I'm not even talking top 10, top 20, where you tell me one quarterback who is responding in the comment section of Instagram of an ESPN show with Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman. You tell me one fucking quarterback who's taken the time to do that after playing their best game of the year also. Why does he care? So to me, that is a sign of insecurity, and it is a sign of immaturity. And I get it. He's 22. He's a young kid. We do a lot of dumb shit when we're young. But my point is this. You care that much instead of just basking, let it show on the field. You already played a great game. Back it up when you play the Texans this week.
I'm gonna add a couple things. First of all, let's not talk about what their record would be if they had this guy and if they had this guy. If we would do that, let's talk about what Baker Mayfield's stats are prior to throwing 4 touchdowns and 0 interceptions. He has 17-7 right now. So prior to last week, he had 13 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Is that good? Is that fucking fantastic? Also, let's just call it like we see it. He talked the most shit than anybody. Yeah, that's because he's insecure. I don't remember Peyton Manning coming out of college saying, I'm going to fucking shit on everybody. I don't remember Aaron Rodgers coming out of college saying, I'm going to shit on everybody. I don't remember Drew Brees saying, I feel dangerous. All that stuff.
Smoke and mirrors.
All that's trying to be, I'm a fucking badass. Well, guess what? Talk softly and carry a big stick. That's the fucking thing. You're a badass? Then show it. Stop fucking. The other saying that comes to mind is a lion doesn't concern himself with the thoughts of a sheep, right? Is that the phrase goes?
Something like that.
You're concerned with people in the press asking you about the handshake with Hugh Jackson? Fine. Didn't I defend him?
Yeah.
Last episode about that? We're talking about him replying on Instagram to Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith.
And Damian Woody was the guy who was mad at.
Who gives a Who's watching First Take?
I don't know.
Who are you? You're so confident in your ability. You're watching what Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, and Damian Woody have to say? This isn't Peyton Manning doing his spotlight on ESPN. This isn't even John Gruden doing fucking quarterback camp. You're concerned with what Max Kellerman, who I have no idea how Max Kellerman was ever allowed to talk anything besides boxing. Or boxing, for that matter. Has he been in a boxing ring? Stephen A. Smith is a joke. Stephen A. Smith is a character that I do with more coherent thoughts than the actual Stephen A. Smith. And Damian Woody, who was what? A 5-year offensive lineman in the NFL? Who gives a shit what he thinks? Who gives a shit? You give a shit because you're insecure. Bottom line. The end. I don't care that he's a millennial. I don't care. You're subscribed to ESPN's First Take on your Instagram. Yes, soft. The end. I don't care if you're a millennial or not a millennial. This has been going on for a long time. There was all the quarterbacks that fucking would do this and would do that. Where is Peyton Manning's Twitter account?
What?
He's not on Twitter.
But he's not a millennial. That's what all the millennials will say. But Tom Brady's not a millennial. Aaron Rodgers isn't a millennial.
Steve Kerr's not a millennial. Steve Kerr's on Twitter tweeting about gun control every fucking day. I'm not a millennial. I'm on Twitter. I fucking fight with trolls all day. All day. Nothing is more obvious to me than fucking feel dangerous. That's I'm kind of worried that I might not last in this league. And calling him Manziel and comparing him to Manziel, he's doing a Manziel act. Now, he's succeeding in the NFL, but he's doing Manziel. He's 100% doing Manziel.
And another thing I want to add, which is important for everybody to remember, We're talking about the quarterback. It is important. We're not talking about the diva type receiver or running back.
And also,
he's the quarterback. My point is, when do you see this? I'm being serious. When else do you see this? This whole, he's got, why do you got, dude, you just played the best game of your career in the NFL. You just had an amazing game. You threw 4 touchdowns.
But also,
why do you give a shit?
The disjointed part of the call was, I don't know if your tweet or your Facebook or your anything said anything about him being not focused on football, which he kept bringing up, which is a thing that Manziel was certainly accused of and became very clear that was true.
Well, I did in replies. I went back and forth.
I don't think that he's not focusing enough on football. That's neither here nor there, in my opinion.
But my point is this.
I think the millennials certainly have the time and ability to be in the video room and be on Instagram. Sure, fine. I don't think this is a criticism on him not caring enough about football. But insecure, 100% insecure. Your statement that he's insecure, 100%. 100%. Not 99.99999. 100. You're fucking feeling dangerous.
I just woke up feeling real dangerous.
You're going to show everybody you talk the most shit. Yeah, you're insecure. That's who does that. That's who does that.
I said this last episode. You see it again today. I don't know if you saw it. It's the same thing today. You see it again today with his interview today. It's this constant chip on his shoulder where it's like, dude, get over it.
Oh, okay. All right.
You were the number 1 overall pick.
You were the number 1 overall pick.
This isn't Aaron Rodgers getting passed for Alex Smith.
This whole chip, it's me against the world.
This isn't Tom Brady being picked in the 6th round.
And look how those guys have carried themselves.
That's how I feel.
This is being the number 1 overall pick, and somehow still people are out to get you. It just reeks of Conor McGregor. It just reeks of the guy who's fucking all talk, and he had his moments. And then that dude who fucking, you didn't know if he had a voice, beat the shit out of him. You didn't know if that guy was capable of talking, and he beat the ever-living fuck out of the dude. And then was like, made him fucking beg for it. Like, nothing is more insecure than telling everybody how fucking awesome you are.
Legitimate question. Tell me one quarterback in the NFL that we know of. We might not know, so it might be a dumb question. Who's responding to ESPN First Take comment section on Instagram? I'm talking any quarterback.
But
name one.
Yeah, none. And again, there are certainly levels to this. If John Gruden was the coach of the Raiders and he's doing Gruden's quarterback camp, and then he says some shit about you don't want to go in the league and be Baker Mayfield, and he reels off why he's better than all the guys that he's slurping. Fine, that you're arguing with somebody whose opinion matters. You're arguing with fucking Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman, and Damian Woody. Holy shit!
And they won't let it go. His family won't let it go.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Get over it. You were the number 1 pick, dude. You're not the guy who didn't get any offers and was a walk-on, then basically got ostracized by your coach at Texas Tech. So you had to go to Oklahoma. It's me against the world. It makes me not like him, I'll be honest.
Well, I mean,
it makes him very unlikable because it's just like that whole mentality of dude, you're the number 1 pick. What the fuck are you bitching about? Anyway, did we both take Houston on that?
Yeah.
Back to the actual picks?
Yeah.
All right, we got to get through this.
Welcome to the Dirty Sports Podcast.